Okay. We're live. Alrighty then. Hopefully you guys can hear me. What are we doing today? We will be reviewing Bitcoin, and then we'll be moving into lower term time frames. What you're currently looking at here is volatility expanding, alright, losing its trend. So any closes below JMA, we look for continuation back into the zone of liquidity here at 28. What am I going to do? We're going to look at Bitcoin dominance. This is on the 7-day. On the 24-hour. What can we see? We can see at 47.80 there is a possible savior point if it carries on failing below the JMA. There's region here that it could bounce off of, and furthermore it wants to go all the way back to its mean, which could set in a hidden bull div and thus keep Bitcoins, even here it can, thus keep Bitcoin pitching up. What can we see? We can see that it's moving into negative drift, so I'm expecting a little bit more of a downside target for Bitcoin as it's going sideways. That makes sense to me. This is the 7-day on the others, which is everything but Bitcoin dominance. Alright, mean reversion, no legs. What are we looking at here? We're looking at a failure or a pump from this close. So we saw a similar grind on Bitcoin, and then it wants to pop up usually into one of these means if it holds above here. This is its breakout range at 9.5%. So we can see that the alts are wanting to maybe float up, whilst this is wanting to float down a little bit. Okay, let me just put both on, as this wants to float down a little bit. Okay, the alts will float up. What are we looking at here? We're looking at the Bitcoin on the 21-day. Currently volatility is losing correlation to the upside. Now, where does the sideways form? This is so tetchy. But these are the high time frames. Alright, we already noted that this would be a trap, but because it hasn't closed, we don't know for who yet. Is it a bull or a bear trap? Alright, this is going to take many months. I'll say by the end of this year, we will have very reliable data for the 21-day. Okay, but it's mean, as long as it holds above 27,113, one would look for continuation to the upside. Let's go make our life a little bit easier. Any closes below this JMA, we look for mean reversion. Okay, so you can see that this is just a long trappy range, with Bitcoin even having its current dump on these lower term time frames. So you see how small it is. Alright, so this is the region that's being fought over. You'll see this mean start to pop up on a lot of the other time frames that we start dropping into. This is the 14 days. So there's current positive drift on the 14-day. What does that mean? That means any short sellers are going to be bought up. Okay, that's what the 14-day is telling us. The 21-day is saying it's 50-50. As you can see, it's 50-50 because we're going sideways. Alright, but at this moment now, any shorts on the lower term time frames are going to be suggested to be bought up. So we're going to go looking for things that match that. This is now the 7-day cone that we've been monitoring for a very long time, and I hope you guys find this cone very informative, because I do. And what can we see here? Any closes below, I'll get the direction now of volatility. Any closes below 29,327 downside to 24,857. Any closes above 29,257, you look for continuation to $34,500. Okay, so that's quite a big move, but as we're closing below, I look for continuation down. So we can say that the 14-day, the 21-day says sideways, the 14-day says positive drift, the 7-day says negative drift. Okay, so there's two conflicting signals, and hence why the 21-day is saying sideways. It's just because the two time frames below it are saying, one is saying up, one is saying down. Now it's the 5-day. 5-day is saying it's looking to get trendy, but it's only going to get trendy to the downside if it starts close below 27,836. It's quite a far way away. 27,836. That's still in this region on 7 days. So that's a 5-day. So the 5-day mean, as you can see, these means are holding up price action. As all of them are coming in on the candles, you can see that they're holding up the current price action. The 7-day has yet to be done, so it's been front run. But as you can see, they're coming in. This is expansion to the downside. Currently, entropy, meaning chaos and disorder, is looking for a direction shortly in about 10 days. 10 days to 15 days will definitely be in a new trend. Now what can we see? This is the 3-day. So 3-day is pretty much the levels that we are looking at. Let me turn my speaker down. I think I heard something there. Alright, now 3-day closes, and this is why I said we don't know if it's a trap on the higher term time frame, on the 14-day and the 21-day, or for a bull or a bear. Okay, so what are we witnessing here? We're witnessing any closes below 28,454. We look for continuation to 24,666. Failure down into these are both near cones, down into these regions. So that's on the 3-day. This currently has negative drift. What does negative drift mean? Negative drift means any longs on the lower term time frames will now be shorted into. Okay, so we're getting a lot of signal processing to happen here. That's why I like to have the 7-day. So now let's get a little bit more relative to intraday trading levels. All right, this is on the 24-hour, so the daily time frame. What can we see? We can see that the negative drift on the higher time frame from the 3-day is dying off. And how do we know that? Because volatility is contracting whilst negatively correlated, which adds the float up. So out of all the means that have been touched, this daily mean looks like it has been played with quite nicely here. As we zoom out, let me just take the blinding action off. Oh, wrong one. I'll put both of them on. And now, so as we can see down here, plays through, rips, comes back in, actually gets front run. So I don't know if your guys picked up on this, but I was talking to some friends. So you can see that there's a very similar signature in this region. Not that I'm a pattern hunter or anything, as this. Okay, so this on the lower term time frames, you're seeing a lot of these funny little dipperoos. So it's starting to get a little bit bigger. Anyway, this does look like a safety touch. Let's go get some direction on volatility. Weep. Oh, that's down. That needs to go like this. Alright, contraction, most positive correlated. That's what's keeping it above this mean over here, is volatility saying it's got the positive drift. So it's technically sideways. And if it's technically sideways on the daily above this 24-hour, well then it's above the 21-day, it's above the 14-day, it is above the 5-day, the 3-day. And now we're on the 24-hour, so this is the first time it's coming in and it's touched its mean reversion point. Okay, what do I maybe want to do? Is this on Binance or is this on... I'll just put it on the red sticker so that I use the same cones. I'll put on a Laplace distribution cone. So actually no, I think I just did fit the daily, and there wasn't a daily that was in it. You can watch yesterday's stream, as we haven't really come into those daily levels as of yet with the new mean reversion cone. Alright, so what can we see? Continuation is going to form to the downside to 25,692 if candle closes below $27,700. Alright, any closes below there, we'll look for continuation down. What else do I want to do? I want to make sure that the JMA is starting to turn green and has a nice little hook. Alright, any failures over here, 28,180. This is on the daily time frame. What I will do is I'll put on the VRE levels quickly on like the 5-minute time frame so we can see where they're printed and see if they match up with any of these daily levels. Alright, so there's continuation to the downside. I want to go looking on, we can use a 15-minute. I'll switch everything off and then I'll see if the JMA is green. So this is a Bitcoin analysis, and now these can be your intraday targets. And I need the VRE on. Okay, so what can we see? Ooh, maybe I should have used a different time frame. An untouched daily mean. So we must note this up here. An untouched daily mean, which was yesterday, entirely of yesterday. It failed through, which was the new weekly and monthly. Alright, failed through. Shoom. And no touches as of yet at the weekly mean. Okay. Only once, and came through down held its level, fell through. This is sort of where we were in the last stream, if I recall. Came in, hit the bottom side, and now we're looking to try and touch the daily. Given we haven't, I say it's very rare that you wouldn't touch two dailies. Alright, so given we didn't touch this one, I do expect Bitcoin to touch this one. Furthermore, you might even get a little bit of a rally, seeing as it's quite pitched, but I'm not going to say from here to they could, okay, this is the range. If it does start closing above that yellow line at the bottom, this will be the range of 2.4%. Maybe not today. Okay, well, if it gets into here today, that's what it wants to do. If it doesn't get into here, this range will just keep on getting bigger and bigger. Let's say it fails here, and the next daily mean is down here. It's just going to get bigger and bigger, where it wants to eventually mean revert to within the weekly data set and the monthly data set. Furthermore, this beautiful wick opportunity. There's a beautiful wick opportunity up here at the top that can allow one to have a wick, like a blow-off wick, into 2942, so $29,420. All right, you can have a blow-off wick. We have mean reversion down here, which is our weekly at 28,737. We have a monthly mean at $29,000. Okay. Now we're going to go back to our daily. This is our daily. What can we see? 28,000. So we have similar mark. All right, similar mark. 28,358. Is this the daily? Missed it. Yeah. Okay, so we know that that's the daily return. Then we have a weekly upside at 2873. Oh, guessing game. 2873. Up here. Okay, so maybe not today, but when the daily mean reverts in, so I'll say tomorrow, you could look for a push up into this region. All right, so it could maybe be some signal processing. Now I want to go carry on with my journey of the direction of volatility. So there's positive drift, which is starting to come through the book, and this big downwards dildo candle. All right, that's on the 24-hour. Let's get some more intraday level things going. Any closes below this reverse wave trend, you look for continuation out or down, and it's already come in, so it matches our daily mean. This reverse wave trend on the outside here, reverse wave tendies, is matching our outside mean. What does this mean? If we have this posturing which is holding here, we have some volatility that has been crushed, and it fell through whilst crushed. So the next move that comes off of this could be quite big. What I would maybe suggest to observe is this normal entropy oscillator over here. If you use them, or if you monitor volatility, you're going to be wanting a contraction on the other side of volatility, pretty much. So this is Shannon Entropy, this is normal entropy. You want that to be contracting, okay? And as this is contracting, these things, they don't expand too big. If that happens, and you get the mean reversion point, then sure, it does have a serious rip back up to where it pretty much fell from. Let's go back to the top side of green. So we've already demarcated at least that high. So you'll be looking at 29,222, around about this region of liquidity. $29,000 if the volatility matches it. What's a little bit sus? We have hit an outlier. We did get our point on, but it takes quite a while for DLP to turn around. So it would be safe if Bitcoin closes here on the 12-hour, then on the next 12-hour, which would be how many there? 3 hours, sorry. So in the next hour, in 3 hours and 33 minutes, then it starts pushing to close above 2818, which if we match up our VRE levels, it's pretty much at this region, the bottom side of the daily barrier of the mean. So in 12 hours time, that could be a healthy pullback into this week, and furthermore into the untouched daily, which we already demarcated up here at 29k. Where that one went red, we're pretty much, there's zones of liquidity in here. So there's an untouched daily mean here, and at 29,563 is the upside barrier, at least on the 12-hour. Okay, Now let's see what's happening on the 6 hour. So there's a little bit of a pumperoo that could happen. Now what am I looking for? If I want to look for continuation, this one will do also in 3 hours. Ideally, is that in the same place? Okay, so if it closes $100 shy of this red level, it gets a little bit trappy of this red level. Yeah, if it just closes above here, that for this in the next 3 hours and 33 minutes, so that's $28,095. It's pretty much done it. If it closes above there, obviously it will wick down, come in, touch the JMA, and then so it closes, then it obviously open, and it closes again above it. Ideally above the open, what do you have? You'll have a serious positive drift pump come through the book. Let's see if we have like the 6 into same zones of liquidity. Turn that off. So there's a mean reversion play coming through on the 6 hour. So it could be a little bit of a pumperoo, at least into $28,360. Now what stops that? Any closes where we currently are at $28,087. So it's going to take a little bit of patience to see if it's going to play through. Who can we see here? We can see that the 3 hour is pretty much sideways, is looking for a direction. It's been green for a long time and it didn't really have the legs to break through. Not so healthy. Let's get some direction. Alright, what have we got? Again, sideways. This is the 90 minute. 90 minute is matching the 6 hour. And then we'll see in 32 minutes time if the 90 minute starts to get trending. And what would suggest it being up? These guys are green as well. This mean just turned green as well. Let's put on VREs so you can see the orange lines now starting to play in. So now in 30 minutes this becomes a target. But then we also know that we want to close below this region in the next 12 hours and then have continuation through in 3 hours time. Okay, so we want to close near this in the next 3 hours and 33 minutes, and then you'll want to look for continuation through if it's going to get bullish. Right now I think this is a region, this is going to be fuckery. As these two cross, this is going to be a zone of liquidity if they cross. So let's go see if they'll cross on the lower term time frames. Let me just double check if we have any mean reversion. A little bit here to the downside, not so healthy. So what it's wanting to do is pretty much fuck around in this gap at $28,056 to $28,071 if you're watching the stream at current time. Alright, now we're going to go to the 45 minute. We have the 45 minute, which is actually losing its trend, and it should flick into a randomish dump. What do I want to see? I want to see some reverse wave tendies. Reverse wave tendies. Give it to me. Alright, same thing that we're witnessing on the 21 day. These little trappy things being held by the mean. Woo! Zone of liquidity again down here. So if it does fail, not being decided, that was so cool. Thank you for being like that, showing my friends that these are levels you like to test. Alright, so if it fails this region, there we go. If it fails this region, $28,035 is what I would say it would want to pull through to. Okay, if it holds above this mean, hidden bull divs, start hunting hidden bull divs, 5 minute, 15 minute, all that nonsense. Alrighty, a little bit of failure coming in. I think we're gonna have to do a little bit quicker shuffle onto the higher term time frames and see if anything has changed. 15 minute holding it up. Whoopa. What happened? Ain't gonna be deleting the tools that we need. We will delete you and re-add you. Thanks. So if you ever get that red symbol, just press X and then press Control Z, and then you'll be on your way. You don't have to make a wee-wee in your pants and forget what your trading was. Okay, so we have monitored the gap. There is 3 gaps right here, guys. So there's some some liquidity to be tapped in the future on the 15-minute. Let's go see if we have a VRE level in this range. No VREs. Ultimate power mean. So if it does start failing below the JMA, but if it does start failing below here, $28,070, we're going to look for this gap at 28.50 to 28.15. Okay, still enough opportunity to set in a hidden bull dev, at least on the high term time frames. All right, now I need to start seeing. Come on, TradingView, stop messing around here. I need to start seeing if there is confluence to the upside. I like this posturing. I'm going to switch these all off slowly. I like this posturing. We have met the hull. Sorry, it sounds like I'm saying hull, but I'm saying like a boat hull. Hull. I don't know how people would say that. We are hitting the hull. So let's say it's the first time it's hit it. We do have our ultimate power mean over here. Mom spaghetti, over here with the chicken tendies at 28.14. So we have demarcated these regions when we started putting these on. Okay, so there's here that we have to be observant of. What are our breakout ranges? Right now, currently our breakout ranges are, we'll take it from this mean. Yeah, okay, so if we're looking for continuation, our breakout range is at 28.2271. But this is generally the target that's going to stop it in the next 6 hours. Then we have to the downside, if it starts wanting to close below this soon to be tapped liquidity gap, its breakout range is $27,900. And then you can look for continuation out. Okay, daily mean over here, we are getting a nice little signature coming through. Sorry if this looks like absolute horse knock, but this is what these are what al dente spaghettis look like. Alrighty, so what are we going to do? We're going to do a quick shuffle again. We can see that we have that. Okay, so all I'm going to do now is I'm going to say up, or price down. Alright, so currently, okay, let me just have a new flash from the 21 day. 50-50, that is up, that is down, that is down, that is down, that is up, that is down, losing correlation, that is up, that is 50-50 3R, that is losing correlation up. Come on. That is 50-50, 45 minutes. That is, come on, today, TradingView, today, baby. That is technically still dump. Yep, technically still dump. That's the 15-minute. This is losing correlation to the downside on the 5-minute. Correlation, but what's it at? 70. It's still got about 20% more move to go, so we're looking for liquidity here. Alright, in this region. When it gets to about 50, any one of these lines, then the wicks will come through. 1 minute. Are you gonna get the expand arena if block at head bounce here? Let's see. I actually need more than just that when we're playing down here. Let's see. Oh, there's a mean reversion. So if it holds above this line here, it will deny mean reversion, have a hidden bull dev or bull dev form. If it starts to close below 28.67, you look for 28.061. DLP looking to mean revert. If it holds above here, blue flashes on, blue flashes off, looking for a buy entry. I'm surprised it's not moving. It should be moving. No, on another exchange it might be getting hammered here, so this is making me a little bit sussa-wassa. Okay, so I'll just want to draw a circle here. There we go. Actually, if it closes below there with that thing going red, it's going to be a dumperoo. Contract, there we go. Now we're getting the legs down to the orange line. Now we shuffle up. You see, getting more positive correlated. That target's coming more likely. This target's the target that's holding it, 28059. A wick there on the 15-minute to see if that will support the current price action. What we got here, we are losing the pump to the upside, but it's very close to the contraction phase, so we'll look for these 15-minute gaps. We look for these 15-minute gaps, all right, down here, these. All right, there's our first 90-minute gap coming into play, which is pretty much just the bottom side of the JMA. Not unhealthy. It just needs to hold above 28053. Then I could look for a bullish posturing, as it would deny mean reversion, but DLPs are looking down. I think this could get down Peru. Let's see, failures below the 3 hour, not so good. But we are looking for the daily mean, so I think maybe people are filling up, getting their last little bottoms in before the next 6 hour prints. The next 6 hours should naturally mean revert to the upside, so it should push for the daily mean, which is here. Oh, where's the daily mean? Up here. There we go, at 28359. Alright, now I'm gonna go, if we can set this all out. There we go. This is into our region here. That shouldn't have been a green. I was thinking of changing color, but I don't give a shit. There we go. Wait, no time for that. Alright, now this would be quite cool. Let's monitor the 1 minute. Okay, so what do I look for in volatility? Now you see why I have super zoom on. Alright, what do I look for in volatility? This is contracting a lot. Okay, and it's at the bottom, which technically means contraction phase is like in full effect. We're having some buy signals coming through, but given with this current delayed price action, I'm gonna wait for the candle close in 30 seconds. Okay, contraction, mean reversion here, mean reversion play. If it holds above where it currently is, it's a buy signal out of here, as those will naturally want to print into the mean. So you know that you should get some backing where you could get some liquidity out. I'm not saying it's going to pump to $1 gazillion. Now you're filling, and as soon as this thing gets lower than the orange line, I actually need to bring this orange line forward. As soon as it breaks below, that's going to be the continuation signal. Now it's green, and it needs to pull this green thing up in here, and that's your mean reversion. Okay, what can we see? Contraction, things are going to expand to the downside, so it's not looking healthy for long, because PC has to go down eventually. This is expanded. So what does it tell me? One candle up wrecks someone, and then it just moves back into contraction phase. Alright, down, no, 100% dump. Okay, and what are we going to look for? We're going to look for gaps. 15 minutes getting filled now. Whoop. Okay, back in here. And why there? Now we have contraction phase. Boom. Now you look for dump to continue. Boom. Okay, so it's quite a big pivot in the market if the 1 minute is going down like that. Who got hammered? Actually, maybe we want to leave it on the 1 minute so people can see what's going on. Wait for blue flashes off, wait for outlier event. I should be putting on a cone. I'll do that on this side. We can watch it here. What are we looking for? There. When these two lines cross, you'll see that price action fucks around. No 1 minute flashes. Oh, come on. Be quick. Be quick. Assholes. No flashes anywhere near. There. Bro, stop doing that. Just setting up a Laplace distribution cone. Perfect. Okay, now everybody reset, because you guys can't reset together. There we go. Come on. Now I'm gonna make the left side bigger. This is gonna take forever. Expansion, breaking through back into this region. Bone line 90 up, yeah. The failures below 28,075. Okay, 1 minute cone. Let's get you going. Right. Negative skew on the 1 minute cone. Getting hammered. Comes up, tries to break for new range to get into here. Unlucky. Unfortunate. Failed twice at the blue line, pretty much. Now we're looking for blue line 27,844. Wow, if it does to me, if it's doing this without touching this yellow line, is it even in the target as of yet? Not yet. In the next 5 minutes, I would say it could be. Yep. Next 5 minutes, it's becoming the top side of the 1 minute cone. Any closes below 28,034, continuation. Well, look for a bounce. If it closes below there, look for continuation down to the mean. Any closes above 28.76, now that this is the gap fill that we started the stream off with on the 15 minute. Now everyone's gonna have it. This is the gap fill. So wick in, where's this price? 28.31 on the 1 minute. 28.31. 28.31 is this region right here. Okay, it's like perfect. 28.31. I'm gonna change these colors just to white. We can delete that one now that we're done there. Okay, put these on. Mean closes below the mean still wants to be pushed to the downside. Ultimate power mean starting to call through. Let's see. All right. This is my favorite time, is when these things are so close. It's dangerous. There's a lot of money to make because it can just slip wicks. It's very dangerous. Okay. Now that you can see. Oh, hey man, nobody said that. Alright. Mean reversion, not so much, eh? You got the legs, random pump, blue flashes off, signal processing. Now what do I do? I want to see, okay, what's happening? Why are we not getting a pamperoo out of here at the gaps? Are we still wanting to target this region, which is the bottom side of the 1 minute circle here? Alright. That is expansion, that's sideways on the 5 minute. That is contraction, that is still more down on the 15 minute. There is a hidden bull dip forming. Only really is true if it can hold above the gaps. Okay, at 28.59. What do we got? 28.59. 28.59 is where it's testing for. Okay, not being sufficient as of yet. All right, let's see. This is so nuts to try and trade. Okay, 5 minute, 45 minute dumperoo, random dumperoo, looking for a big poo. Let's see, 90 minute dumperoo, but being saved by low volatility and no direction, stuck in the gap. Close below 28.46, look for dump. Close below 28.46. Ooh, we'll mark it off. 28.46. Close below that line, look for dump to circle. Alright. Ooh, there. Good continuation. 90 minute is a pumperoo, so the white line, close above the white line, look for a pumperoo. Let's see here. Then this is, ooh, I can read that actually. That is, sorry, 3 hour pump, still in the bay, but we got how many hours? 12 minutes. So we'll sit it out for 12 minutes. We'll see what the 3 hour prints, and then I'll be on my way. Mean reversion, 6 hour. Ooh, okay, so it's up to the 3 hour to print a bullish posturing. Yeah, it's possible. So it's a 3 hour that will be giving you a signal for intraday up here. You'll be getting the how much fucking percent is this thing? 1.3%. You'll be getting it from the 3 hour. Then what else? That is still down. Got 3 hours. 3 hours herding it. What is that? That is down. That's up. Sorry. That is down. Still down. 1 minute. Hammered by that thing. Okay. So we know that this is the 90-minute level of failure. If it closes below here, then it starts to get very bearish. And then we have 12 minutes to observe until the new 3 hour comes in. Should be this one. Oh, this one. And we'll be looking for a new signature here, because this is sideways and it's a very dirty signal. So these are those gap fills we're talking about. Let me have some drinks. Alright, I think I should maybe start loading up some altcoins to review. I want to show you how we pull the levels and figure out what time frames are happening. So the mean reversion will hit hard if it closes below this orange line, but then we've already demarcated just somewhere here in the $46 range. There we go. Some of these targets, maybe another minute. That is going to be 10 minutes until the new 3 hour print. And the 3 hour print is going to pretty much be signaling, look, a close below the JMA, you look for continuation down. A close like, how would I put it? A close below the JMA, you're looking down. A close above the 28.172, you're looking for mean reversion to 28.366. Okay, this is our 45 minute now, getting the legs. There's a come and touch this cone. This is our 5 minute doing anything. Okay, 5 minutes getting the legs as well now, shortly. Oh, There we are, coming in. I like to be like, I'm gonna say maybe to the bottom side. Bang. Now if it starts to close below this thing, so it actually closed above here, the 30-second was above it. So if it closes below here, then opens, the next one opens and then closes, you'll be looking for $28.10, a minus $20 move. And contraction was positively correlated, still sort of looking for the legs. This is it back to its 30-second mark that was at where before it fell through. Okay, I want to see if there's a little bit more strenuous on the 5 minute here, if they've also kicked down. This is at the mean that we also saw the 30-second dumperoo happen. Okay, here 5 minute looking for more legs. There we go. Now she's starting to fill. Okay, so if it makes a little doji like that, that could be helpful. Otherwise, if it's making a long candle like this, I look for another minus $12. Right, so I've made the long candle. We didn't come all the way here not to hit a decent mathematical point of significance. There's a buy signal coming through. Volatility is not really agreeing. Okay, as we're down here, I need to look at the 3 hour. 3 hour has remained unfazed and just 50-50. Seven-day cone. No, nothing. Let's go look at these means. More than likely coming in here. What's this price? Let's get it perfect. 27865. 27865 is where we 27865 is the mean. 27865. Okay, so if it starts failing below this region over here, let's do some circles. So we'll be looking for yeah, we'll do another failure zone. So do any failures below here, you'll be looking for, chill guy, you gotta make the touch, bro. Make the touchdown. You ain't done with the play yet. Okay, and we'll be looking for this mean, which is our 21-day mean. I'll make that orange. I'll make this one, oi. Make this one orange. Little baby goat, if you can hear the baby goat. Okay, so there's somewhat of a bounce coming through. I'm sorry if there's a little goat that's making a sound, and it's usually because the grass is getting long and I can't see its mom. Okay, back into this cone. And it's quite far away, that little guy. Hold up. I need to just double check. I'm gonna turn these off. It's making a weird sound. Might even be a new baby goat. No. Alright. 3 hour. You're printing. 3 minutes. 90 minutes. Not looking healthy. Still looking like a dumperoo on the 90 minutes. What's a 6 hour? 2 above. Contraction is looking like a pump. Okay, so the 3 hour is going to decide the 6 hour. That's why I say the 3 hour will be quite important to monitor. Alright. Those guys still saying dumperoo on the 45 minute. 90 minute is looking for the legs as well to continue to the downside. Nothing this weekend helping out here. Hidden bull div opportunity on the 15 minute. Gonna get hammered here at 2841. 2844 is the one upside of the RWT. And yeah, okay. These guys are starting to get crunched. Is this the last little bit of region? 2858, pretty much where we started from and fell from into this mean. Alright, so any closes below this line, as we've demarcated, we're looking for downside, some more downside. I will be ending the stream in like 15 minutes. I need to wait for the 3 hour to print. Volatility contracting, peaked. Now we've got the monkeys going, shouting at the goat for making noise. Quack. Alright, so a bleating goat means long, and a chirping monkey means short. We're just gonna have to set this one out. There we are. 1 more minute, and we look for. What are we looking for? This is currently saying pump, but it lost its correlation. This is currently saying pump, and it's gaining correlation. Alright, so you technically want to see, for the pump, you want to see this one turn around, that one stay red, this one stay green, and that one go down, but that's not going to happen, usually. And then that will continue, that will signify continuation. Now, if you're looking for a dump, then you're going to have both of these go red in the next 30 seconds, both of these go red, and then this white line crosses down, that will signify a dump. If these both go red, and this little gray one also flips up to where this white line is, pointing up, then we know that we have a pump. So we'll know in 21 seconds, it's contraction, so it's got a dump coming through. 15 minute, it's got a dump coming through. It's got a dump coming through. It's got a dump coming through. Is got a pump coming through on the 3 hour. There we are, boom. Okay, so that's contraction. Okay, so this is exactly inverse, which is technically now a dump. So I would be expecting a touch to $28,000. Let's see, obviously it's just printed, hidden bare. So we're expecting a touch here. If it lifts, maybe 2808. Let's see. It was 2808. So this region remains untouched, and that will be our 3 hour zone. Okay, so we'll look for a 3 hour buy. I already demarcated it. A 3 hour buy if this starts failing here. What? It was a few dollars out. $5. Okay, now back to the 3 hour. See, it's trying to, what it's going to do is as soon as you see these things change color now, it's going to immediately reverse on itself. So it's searching for where, if you have the volume, you can search for where it's going to change your price, or you can do the calculation. but I think that a lot of people can't really do the calculation, so it just goes and searches. Okay, nothing important on a 3 hour, 90-minute looking for dump. Okay, so let's see, is there another buy maybe to happen somewhere down here at 27941? Okay. So I'm gonna have to sneeze. Let's see, that is getting its mean reversion phase. So here's the gaps. Sorry. Here's the gaps. Pop to $28,069 because it's 69. It is doable, but that only happens after 28.36. If you start closing above there, it will actually deny the bears the fucking hammer that they're trying to put in here. Like, I don't even like. They're trying to thaw this thing. Yeah. Let's get back to the 1 minute. Let's see if there's anything interesting. So we're back into this region. Dumperoos. Oh shit, Sister Bettina. These guys are diverging from each other, and they haven't touched, which will signify if this candle, the next 3 or 4 candles, don't start closing up, then we don't come back here anytime soon to 28.31 if it gets very bearish. Actually want to mark that out until we cross it. There we are. There we are. So I was worried about I can't switch it off on this side. There's a little gap in here, as you can see. Now the candle has to obviously close quite high in order to seal this up. If it doesn't seal it up, it's, there you go, hammered. This big divergence play, this big continuation, this is like huge denying. If I saw this on like the 21 day, I'd be like, oh my gosh. Obviously the 1 minute is very sporadic, but I try to use the rules to play through all of them. Okay, so now I'm starting to look for a trend. Okay, the trend will be coming pretty much from this gap, 28.03173. Right, as you see this thing moving, what is that telling me? You see it like being a snake. That is in dump mode, but as you saw it being a snake over there, that was telling me it was pump mode. Okay, non-lagging, my guy, non-lagging. See these things twitch over 1 cent. $28,029. This thing's twitching its asshole when volatility is at 0. I'm sure a lot of us are too. Bang. Alright, now that is expansion. Now you're going to look for some continuation out of this. I know it sounds easy because we got a big one, but what I would be looking for to stop continuation is this signature that made it, that you saw like a snake. Okay, we are testing this region. We're looking for this region. We didn't just come in and fuck around here. Let's see what's happening on these guys. Mean reversion on 15 minute ish, getting late. There we are, back into dump mode. What are we doing here? Okay, 1 minute printed in dump mode on the 15 minute. It's gonna want to touch 28.2, 28.3. 23 has it done it. It was too high by $1. Let's see if there's another butt plug in at 28.023. Get wrecked into the cone. And liquidation. Ping, ping, ping. Agar. And then back down. Oh, the 15 minute, now that we're up here, did it lose its pamp? Did it lose its pamp? Lost its pamp. Alright. Ooh, unfilled. Unfilled means. What do you mean? We got 3 means in one place? Liquidity. Lick. even more liquidity. Right, 15 minute. It's trying to get a buy signal going through here. No trend as of yet to be pulled from that. Not healthy. It's gonna have to have a very big candle. Yep. Okay, so this is 50-50 as it starts to close above, and that is into this 1 minute. Come on. Come on. Make me look cool. Make me look cool, bro. And the full fucking perfect signature. Oh, didn't hold for long, that's why. 3 seconds of only perfect full signature. And do something. Do something, guys. Do something, guys. Shing. Do something amazing. I want to feed you banana. Do something amazing. So like, yeah, like the 1 minute is crazy, but I mean, how long are we waiting here, guys? You also got ADD like me. What the fuck? Alright, 50-50. Back shuffle. 50-50. 50-50. Positive drift, losing correlation. Still down Peru on the 90 minute. 50-50 on the 3 hour. Picking up more down Peru on the 6 hour, but there is mean reversion here. Dirty signature, hold above 27966. Look for Apu. Then, ooh, this might get dirty. This might get real dirty. 12 hour, looking to actually finally try back itself with some volatility over here. Alright, just okay, let me switch these silly dots off. They're not silly, they're money dots. Alright, let me turn those guys off. Alright, what can we see? We can see the bit shit decided to fall from 29,356 to 27,700, and that was all done when there was no volatility in the book. Does this sound weird? Yes. When volatility was contracting, it got hammered to the downside. So that's why you got to treat volatility and understand volatility and know what's going on. Otherwise, you're going to be hyper confused. Contraction in volatility is the inverse of the expansion in volatility, right? And this, if it's mean reversion, it technically means that it is of equal of each other. It's the other side of the equation. Okay, so that's not looking cool. Now we're coming in. Boop. Make a boop. Make a boop. Come on. Again, not pixel perfect. Why not pixel perfect? Alright, now we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. We're getting to that little fucking line over there. We're getting there. Alright, so I'm gonna say, given that it is having a nice little fight at this region, you'll look for Dumperoos. Okay, you'll look for mean reversion back up into this daily mean over here if you start holding above 28,011. Okay, remember it's a moving target now. because I don't believe that fucking daily is going to remain untouched. Hey, so I'm just losing a little bit of track there. I saw a cone that shouldn't be on. Alright, 3 hour bad div. 3 hours still got support at $28,000 now as you're coming into this target. Alright, bum rush to 28.68 maybe. Have we got a target up here? 28.72. There's a mean, there's a mean. You know what I mean? Okay, only gonna happen if it starts closing above 28.34. Now what you'll see is as this thing touches, there'll be a pullback. Like, let me zoom in. Okay, so this is the initial pullback of the orange line in the wave trend. So maybe a touch here, then it breaks through. That's what put the wick on. It could be. It's so funny. You'll see it if they're gonna be cool. Contraction moving into positive drift. As long as it holds above 28.0293, you can look for positive drift, which will back any little pullback into this region. Obviously start breaking below this. There's a mean here at 28.024. Could be another little buy area. Let's see. Now you want to push back up a little bit, because you're just starting your positive drift phase. So someone's going to spot that into negative drift. So closes below. Here you look for mean reversion down, at least into this region. So small. But if you haven't filled, let's say you're looking for a long bang, alright, and then you'll obviously want to be covering on the downside of this if you're happy with $10 or nothing. So you're looking for any closes above this line, continuation up. This is the first touch. Let's go have a look at the 3 hour. Any closes below said line, you continue down. Okay, 3 hours getting a little bit more pitched. Contraction positively correlated. Dump, dump. Now it's got its signature. Okay, so any closes below here, 3 hours says dump. Any closes above there, 3 hours pretty confused, but I'll say it can gain resolution when it starts closing above this mean, the 45-minute mean at 28.76 currently. Alright, so now let's do a quick shuffle. Oh, they didn't stay down there for long enough. Okay, so now we've touched. Now we're looking for a continuation play. At least back up into these 90-minute gaps. Needs to clear JMA, then it's going to go target 28.069. 28.069, not in 28.069. This top side is breaking through. Let's see, 1 minute. Oh. I think I have the guys for shame. Unfortunately, we had a monkey grab the electricity line, the big box, and now it cooked itself. So hopefully that's not them and just a visitor to somewhere else. Cool shit, my guy. Cool shit. Cool shit. Alright, I hope this was helpful. If it starts to fail below this mean over here, look for a retrace back down to roughly $27,930. If it starts to fail this mean, if it starts to break above it, same mean as you see here, ultimate power mean on the 5 minute. If it starts to break above, if it moves 0.15% to the upside, we're going to look for a touch into 212. We're starting to line up now with the last half of the day. Alright, so this could be a little bit of a bleed off. Try and set a lower high, and then from there we'll look for denying of mean reversion. So this is our gap fill coming in here. Okay, we just fuck around. Alright, and they're trying to, here's the fill, trying to turn this thing around. Trying to turn this thing around. Nice. Nice, guys. Nice. Alright? Totally hammered it. G. And 90 minutes, looking for a little bit of continuation. Alright, so I reckon that was a good enough signature for me to denote that more dumps happen at about $28,010. We've actually had this number up previously on the cone. Dumps happen from there, pumps are happening from here. This is a moving target, so give it a, see the problem is I get to look at it intraday, but I'll give it a variance. I'll give it this, at least for the 1 minute. I'll give it from $27,982 to $28,030. So what's that? That is about a $40, $80 range. Well, no, $60 range. We give a $60 range in this 28k region for pump or dump. I will round the stream off. If you guys are watching, we will put it back onto this. He's playing the guessing game. I don't usually have the 3-day on, so I miss a tab. Okay, 7 days, what I'm wanting. We'll round it off with this. We know that there is a dump in, but we do know that there is a weekly mean to be touched up here at 28,726. Furthermore, a monthly mean that just printed the May one at 29 grand. So yes, we do know that there is a week, the weekly is in dump mode, but we do know that sometimes during the month there's going to be at least a pump to those levels, one of these levels. And I'm suggesting that because we haven't touched our daily means twice, maybe if I do it like this, because we haven't touched our daily means twice, come on, these ones, these lines, we haven't touched, we didn't touch yesterday's, which was the new month, so it slipped from the old monthly into the new monthly and weekly. It just slipped through as soon as they printed, and we haven't touched that daily, let alone this daily, and we haven't even had the opportunity to fail properly at the current weekly, or even fail properly at the current monthly. These are targets that I would leave in play at least until the end of the month. Okay, given that we are having a 7-day downturn, I do honestly feel that it would be healthy, no matter which way this market goes, long term, like for the next 5 days. I do believe that a touch at 28354 would help signify a good entry or exit. Let's say if you're trading for the next 10 days, waiting for the 5-day to finally put in a direction. So I do know that this will be a target at least. That will be it. But until now, any failure below 28,212, we are looking for the downside, and we have demarcated. This is the 3-hour region that you're going to look for your 3-hour indicators to start pumping from. Okay, and this is what our 3-hour looks like. Now we're in pump mode, boys. Took us fucking a whole hour. Now we're in pump mode on volatility. Boom, pump. Oh, losing the dump on 12-hour. Ooh, sort of still in positive drift on the 24-hour. And dump on the 3-day. Dump on the 5-day. Ooh, dump on the 7-day. positive pump on the 14-day 50-50. Alrighty then, contraction was negatively correlated. Look for Apu. What do we got, homie? Load me up. Still expanding, looking for a new trend. Break outside of 2866. Look for 28,164. Failure or break below 2802. Look for, we'll just say this region here, $27,950. Alright, 3 hour, looking for the legs. If it closes below 28,050, no pump on the 3 hour. Bear div closes through. So 28,350 is so if I was to extend that forever, that is the line that I'd be watching for the pump back into the daily. If we're closing below this orange line at 28,051, dump. This is the current range that you'll be looking for at 2813 for continuation to the downside. Otherwise, this is going to be quite a trappy trap. Well, not trappy trap, just a place to get filled, depending on what the fuck you're trying to do, right? No, this is going to be that region. Okay. Any closes below here, we are looking for down. Okay, we are looking for down. Any closes above here, we are looking for up. Okay. African, crypto, warlord, out.